When you see your child having these unusual strengths, trust it and know that it's an indicator of their potential. I'm Amanda Christy, and I'm a parent and founder of 2E Kids Roc, a community of individuals dedicated to increasing awareness of twice exceptionality in the Rochester, New York region. 2E is short for twice exceptionality, and that's when an individual evidences both really unusual strengths in an area as well as has one or more disabilities. A person is twice exceptional when they demonstrate evidence of exceptional ability and disability, which results in a unique set of circumstances. Their ability may dominate, hiding their disability, or their disability may dominate, hiding their exceptional ability. In some cases, they may mask each other, and then neither is recognized. This is a definition from the National Twice Exceptional Community of Practice. Sometimes they're described as square pegs trying to fit into round holes, or smart but. And it's really important that we start saying smart and, because they are both gifted and have disability. And we really need to recognize both sides of the individual in order to help them reach their potential. You have an individual that they have these really, really high strengths, and their ability to demonstrate those strengths is often challenged in their areas of disability or areas that need to be further developed. And so that gap between those two is called asynchronicity. A rule of thumb that some people use is you take the individual's chronological age. So say you have an 8-year-old, you add 5 years and you subtract 5 years. So, they might have the intellect or the cognitive ability in a certain area, say, science or technology or mathematics or reading, of someone that's 13. But their social and emotional skills really might be more that of a 3 or 4-year-old. If you think about a 3-year-old, what do when they're frustrated? It's acceptable when a 3-year-old does it. It's not as acceptable when an 8 or a 12-year-old does it. And we, as adults, step back and kind of scratch our heads and say, well, what's going on? There must be some large issue here. And, often it's that they're trying to express their frustration, but they don't have the coping skills to be able to do that in a pro-social way. To take a thought from Ross Greene, children do well when they can, and when they can't, they use behavior as a form of communication to say, I'm struggling with this. Things that family members or parents might feel when they understand or learn that their child is twice exceptional is some guilt or regret around not knowing sooner, or what could I have done differently. And that's very common. It's very natural, and it's okay. The important thing is that we embrace who they are and we understand who they are, and we use that knowledge to guide us and to guide them as we as a team move forward. So while we're supporting a twice exceptional individual in reaching their potential in their areas of strength, we also need to make sure that we're also supporting their areas of challenge. And really it comes down to looking at any individual holistically, because who doesn't want to be recognized and valued for their strengths? We all do. And along with that, as family members, it's important that we be understanding of the situation and how a twice exceptional individual might be feeling, and that we exercise empathy and compassion, which isn't always easy, because as a family member, you can get drained, and you can find yourself saying, I have no idea what to do. And in those moments, it's okay to step back and take a few deep breaths and reach out for help. Connect with a community that understands and might be able to provide just some different perspectives, because maybe someone else in that community has been there or at least has experienced something similar. If a family member or a parent suspect that a child is twice exceptional, there's a couple of things that they can do. They could seek a private evaluation through a neuropsychologist, or sometimes a psychologist is qualified to do that, but in general, a neuropsychologist. As well as sometimes the school team can be part of formally identifying that, the child is gifted in this area, or the child does have this disability. So I would also encourage family members to understand, though, that there's not one single way that's agreed upon and to identify giftedness. There's also not necessarily a common definition of giftedness, and there are not state and federal mandates that require gifted education. So when parents and family members do talk to the school team or providers in the community, I would highly encourage them to not so much focus on the labels, but focus on the child's needs. When a child's needs are met, they're going to thrive.